Fuck it. This is Big Boss and Karen it.
What's going on, badasses? Here to bring you another video. This is it's basically an in-depth analysis of the Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta. It doesn't cover absolutely everything because I didn't like certain guns and I didn't use them. So I can't really analyze them because I have no experience with them. I just know if I have been killed by them. Now I can't say, but that's all. Whatever's in the background is probably just gameplay, because if I had to edit it in such a way to show you what I'm talking about every time, that'd take a long time. I mean, I probably have some clips that would suit each, but it's like I got I saved like 22 gigs worth of clips from the week. That was like my fucking 12 days of Christmas, or whatever amount of days that the beta was up. That was like my Christmas. Okay guys, so start my analysis. So basic introduction here. My personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. It's no one else's. I mean, it probably is influenced by the people I've played with and back and forth. But I've always played all. I played all the Uncharted. I started with Uncharted Drake's Fortune, no multiplayer, obviously. Then I went on to Uncharted 2 that had multiplayer. I was excited about that. That was my first multiplayer game to play online with random people around the world. It was an experience I will never forget. And then we had Uncharted 3, which was a different kind of game compared to Uncharted 2. It still had the same elements, but it advanced a lot on it. And then we moved on to The Last of Us. Now they changed completely with The Last of Us because it's a completely different game. They completely came at it a different way. So then from The Last of Us, they looked at it a different way. Then enter Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Basically a hybrid of The Last of Us, just Uncharted then added onto it, which is not the worst thing in the world to me. I mean at the core it's still Uncharted, but it's very, very vague. I don't hate it. I like both The Last of Us and Uncharted. So when I get a hybrid of it, it's kind of awesome in a way, because you got elements of both. I think that the Uncharted 4 multiplayer is more focused on teamwork, basically, because you have the down system again from The Last of Us. Now the down system was technically from the co-op in Uncharted 3 or Uncharted 2. You know, you get shot, you get downed, and you have to revive them. So they added it into the multiplayer in The Last of Us, which definitely made it more unique and more differently paced kind of game. Now, first of all, the first thing I noticed was the character movement. It was totally different to both the original Uncharted and The Last of Us. It was like, I don't know, it's very nice. There's a nice fluidity about it. I like that. The first thing I noticed was the rope. Oh my god, I love this rope. Just going around charging up the melee, hitting people, and then just swinging back and forth, up and down. I'm not talking about sex here, but we're talking about a rope. No BDSM. What? Shut up. CQC in Uncharted. So, it takes about 3 hits in that for the melee. And I was like, yes, that's awesome. Because in the other one, it was like hit, whack and roll, shoot. Or just hit, whack and roll, then hit, and then they're down. Which is just 2 hits, obviously. Now, there's 2 hits for the Djinn. If you're playing as the Djinn, spam a motherfucker. Okay, I'm moving all over the place here, but let's go back to what I was talking about, which was the rope. You can do a takedown with the rope, jump on top of guys. I thought that was really cool, really different. I mean, obviously it takes a lot of work and effort. I mean, it's not something you just do if we were in a competitive match. Let's just say that. In a competitive match, this game would be very camping based, I think. It would. I mean, it'd be hard to kind of remove yourself from the players. It's a very team-based game. I found myself in a group a lot of the time. I mean, I would try and flank them sometimes if my group was like not getting anywhere, you know, but obviously the other team would probably think the same thing. So yeah, it's very team-based. Okay, so my favorite weapons were really, I could go into all the detail of all of them, but my personal experience, I used the AK, the M14 Custom, the Metaler. I fucking love the Metaler. That was my favorite gun. HS-39, which is another machine gun. And I didn't actually use any other guns really. Yeah. So AK was simple to use, easy to use, like the original in the other Uncharted. It's very easy to use, standard. I liked it. Works. Okay, M14 is a sniper rifle that sounds like a machine gun, doesn't it? M14, M16. Yeah, it's very good. It's a solid weapon. 3 hits to down. I like that because it's not too easy to get a kill. Like, if it was 2 hits to down, you'd be like, what the fuck? But, well, technically you can do that if you get a headshot, but that's, well, maybe not for me, I guess. Maybe I'm not the proest of players. Then we have the HS-39. That's a fucking great rifle. Strong recoil, but the damage is nice. And if you're really near, you could fucking take down a guy pretty quick. If you're fairly skilled with it, you know, if you shoot for the body and then the recoil brings you up to his head, it's good, you know. So those are the guns I mainly used. I have all this. I've done a massive analysis. I've never done this really before on the Uncharted forums. I'll probably put the link in the description. Uncharted 4 beta forum. It'll probably be a lot more detailed than what I'm saying here because I'm fucking jumping over different issues here. But I did go into detail about everything I was... Okay, the Metaler. My favourite gun. The recoil was nerfed. Or buffed, that's the word. Because people were complaining about it and everything. And I've been trying to stick to my guns in the forums and say, come on guys. You gotta adapt to the fucking gameplay, man. That's the only way that you're gonna fucking beat players. It is balanced. 4 shots to fucking down someone in the Metaler. That's a fucking lot. Seriously, how long does it take to shoot those 4 shots? Come on now. Compared to an auto rifle. An auto rifle just fires off, stays going, you know? It's easy to do that. I have been downed just as equally with the M14, the HS-39 and the AK. There's no fucking massive gap of a difference to say, oh, the metal will down you, no problem. Okay? People are complaining so much just because they're getting killed by it. Well, that's probably because you're running out into the fucking open with your fucking AK, thinking, oh, I'm fucking great. And then you get killed by a guy who's only a few feet away from you with the metal, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Well, you were out in the middle of the fucking open. So just stay back, use your cover, fucking think about what you're doing first. Okay? So that's all. Secondaries, I barely use the secondaries, I swear to God. No, that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's not a good thing either because there's a lot of secondaries that you can choose from. I've only used really 3, which is the Aegis, which was 0 life loadout points. I don't know if I mentioned the loadout point system is in this. It's the same as The Last of Us, but I suppose I mentioned that as like The Last of Us multiplayer, right? So you get max of 25 life points, or loadout points. Fucking life points, Jesus! What games am I playing? Okay, right. Aegis has a strong recoil. But it's terrible, really. I mean, the damage is low. Then we have the Paran 45, which is your standard fucking handgun. It's really nice. It's got a bit better damage than the Aegis. And yeah, I usually use it to kind of KO the downed opponents because it saves ammo for my primary. And then I use the revolver because, you know, revolver Ocelot. Well, mostly. That's 1 life point as well. I think it's 2 shots down. I'm not certain on that. The recoil is strong, which makes it kind of tough to use sometimes if they just move a small bit and you're trying to shoot the second shot, because the rate of fire isn't all that, you know, brilliant on it since it's a fucking revolver. So those 3 guns. Basically, the revolver is like the Wes in the other game, but I like the Wes. The Wes is a lot easier to handle in my perspective, and the sound was better. I don't like the sound of the revolver. That's why I usually didn't pick it. Okay, so now that in this game you have ammo drops. Now usually, obviously, you'd pick up ammo anyway from the other Uncharted games, but in this you really need them because you don't have as much ammo as you usually do in Uncharted, unless like you're fucking picking up ammo constantly. I mean, that's the only way you'll notice that. But if you're camping or anything, that's what I like about the ammo drops in this game. You've less ammo, so you have to keep moving and picking up the ammo. God, I hope I'm making sense here. Fuck me. Okay, the mysticals, right. So we have 5 mysticals. The Rat is the simplest one. Rat of El Dorado. That one is spammed a lot. Sometimes by 2 people at the same time on the other team trying to get it. Now, it's not overly powerful, really. I mean, if you throw it behind them and you're coming towards them, that's a good basic strategy that a lot of people use, so that if you run away you're still going to get hurt, and if you're still in front of them they're going to shoot you. So, you know, that's the obvious one. Spirit of the Jinn. Oh, this bloody thing. Now, this thing is something that should be slightly nerfed. Like, give a cooldown for the dashes. When you're the Jinn, you can dash. And it's kind of like a teleportish move. And it's fucking hard to see them sometimes. Sometimes, if they're not, if they're shooting you, they'll fucking stop for a few seconds and I can shoot back. But most of the time, it's just like shoot, then teleport, shoot, then teleport. And you can't do anything about it, because if they fucking teleport from in front of you to all the way behind you, you kind of have to turn around. It takes a few seconds to turn around, unless you have a quick back spin button, and you don't have it in this game. Yeah, well, you can roll, like, but they still have the upper hand on you. Well, I know that's the idea, because that's the fucking thing. But if it's in front of you, and you know the dash just needs a cooldown. I'm not saying to nerf it completely. A lot of people are agreeing on this fact on the forums. Okay, so the Staff of Iron Man Quotes just basically shows you on the radar, so you can find your opponents quicker, I suppose. That's basically it. Very simple, obvious solution. Injures Eternity, that basically just slows you down. It looks epic when you roll into it. I'll tell you that. That's one fucking cool thing about it. I don't see a lot of people using it. If anything, it needs increased in some manner. I don't know how. Reduce the life points to 4 maybe, just so people will... Like, I mean, I've gotten kills with it once or twice. I gotten killed by it once or twice, but nothing bad. Like, okay, so now we're on to the sidekicks, right? So we got Savior Dude. He basically just heals you and stuff. I don't think you need to change anything with him. His reviving could be a bit quicker. The Sniper Dudette, she's just very handy for shooting. I don't think you need to do anything with her. She seems fine. Then the Brute, right? They've nerfed him already. He's pretty easy to kill, to be honest. If you have 2 people, you could probably kill him pretty quick. In fairness, once you shoot off his helmet, shoot him in the head, he's dead pretty quick. I mean, you could keep him a bit stronger, just a tiny bit. I mean, but the Hunter Douchebag. Now, this guy is probably my most annoying one, but I can still kill him pretty easily, to be honest. The 2 commands makes it kind of nice, because then you can keep him back and use him as a distraction if he's near you. Nothing really needs to be done with him, I don't think. Heavy weapons. Now, I haven't really used the heavy weapons in the game, really. I used the RPG. Now, I didn't think it was that powerful, though. I mean, for how much it was like 700, I think, force sticks you use. And I, like, fired at a guy, and he was fairly near it, and he didn't die. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the blast radius should be a bit wider. I mean, obviously you don't want to go too out of control of a radius. You need to be able to down something. So anyway, then I had the Mag 5 ripoff. I can never think of the name of this. You're given like 6 shots.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, in RPG you're getting 1 shot, for obvious reasons. With this gun you have the 6 shots, like you did with the pickup in Uncharted 3. 2 shots to the body is killed, 1 to the head is dead. The rate of fire is pretty good. It's fast. The recoil is a bit tough, but it's manageable. Okay, so onto the gear. Now, the gear was not too bad. I mean, I only used really the grenade and the mine, because the mine is just fun. Now, fucking people have problems with the mines. Use the explosive awareness booster. That's all you have to do if you're worried about mines. And I still get taken down by them, but I'm not getting pissed off by them. I mean, I have explosive awareness, so I can see them. The only thing that they might have to change in the game, or you guys in Naughty Dog have to change, is when it's on a slope. That seems like it's really hard to hit, so you have to increase the hit marker or something. Whatever way, if you can increase it a little bit so we can actually hit it, that would be most helpful. Thank you. The same goes for the C4. I didn't really use the smoke bomb in this, or the revive pack. I mean, it's really handy if you're behind cover and someone can throw it from far away while they're covering you. That is really handy. But for my play style, I don't go for that. It's just the way I am. Smoke bomb, then I barely seen anyone use it. Maybe in 3 or 4 matches. That was about it. And to me, it didn't seem like it made a massive difference. It's good for if you were trying to heal someone and you didn't want them to know where you were, because you can both move. But overall, I mean, people will be intuitive enough to know where you're going. That's my opinion. The boosters, really, you can't really go into detail about them, because people will have their favorites and people will have ones that they want. my favorite boosters were usually these four. Was Helping Hand. Now I'm not sure what level these were at, but just you get a rough idea. Helping Hand, Marking, Explosive Awareness, and Stealth. Explosive Awareness for the mines, like I said, simple, and people are still complaining about it. Just do that, please, and you'll find it a lot easier. Okay. Now my booster suggestions would be Gear Revive, which would just be like, it'd be faster to get your gear, because at the start it seems to take ages. Obviously, maybe you'd have to be careful doing this. You wouldn't want to increase it a lot, because a lot of people will be just spamming grenades or spamming, mines and or health packs and stuff. You want to do it only a small bit, not too much. Okay, so then maybe a sharpshooter one, which would just be less damage wobble, which was in The Last of Us. Maybe this one now, I don't know if a lot of people would care for this or anything, but I thought it would be nice if you could actually swing on the rope faster. Now I know the whole difference between when you jump on the rope and then swing, and then you swing back and forth, it increases then, but what I'm saying is kind of an instant, like the way when you're climbing a wall, it's really quick. With this one, you just be really quick at throwing your rope. Actually, another thing would be if the rope charged quicker as well, although that might make it OP then. Yeah, maybe don't do that. Just stick with the faster rope swinging and grabbing ledges. Yeah, don't make it too quick either. See, all this is kind of stuff that would be a tiny bit of a difference, not like a strong, massive difference. You don't want that, because if you do that, then it's going to unbalance the game. So, of course, I've been talking the whole time, and all this stuff is based on the loadout point system. I mentioned that earlier. It's 25, and to be honest, it felt balanced to me. I mean, I could never put on too much shit that was like really powerful, that I would make myself out to be like Rambo, because I mean, you can't really do that anyway in the game, but because you have to buy all the stuff anyway. That's like the biggest life points, like the fucking gear and the mysticals and the sidekicks. They're all expensive, and the heavy weapons. They're the really expensive parts of your loadout, so you can't spam them that much, which is great. Okay, the radar. Like I said, it's just staff of Iron Man Co, or whatever it's called, and then a few nice little things like the marking booster and stuff. It's helpful, and obviously the sidekicks mark targets as well. I don't think it's overly, is making the game too unbalanced or anything. If it was like Uncharted 3, it would be different, because just the game style of Uncharted 3 is different to Uncharted 4. So the radar actually does suit this in that sense, if that makes any fucking sense. Jesus, back up my fucking opinion with bullshit, but anyway. So there was some connectivity issues, but you guys did fucking loads of patches, and we appreciated the shit out of that. The lobby system has definitely got to have some work done, invites and just seeing what the other players are doing. You can see what they're doing, but you can't see how many people are in the party. We want to see that too. Maps. You only had the two maps in the beta: Madagascar City and the jungle one. The jungle one was I think I prefer the. No, actually, I like the city. I like both those maps because they were nicely paced. I guess that's more of a matter of opinion, I suppose. I mean, I think they were well laid out, in my opinion. Taunts, they were great. You had new ones. You can cancel them. I think that's better if you can cancel them, because that way it just says like, okay, I'm going to taunt you, but you're going to face the consequences if someone else sees them while you're taunted, So leave that the way it is. Customization, it could be more customizable, like in Uncharted 3 with the colors and everything. Okay. The medals, you could improve on the medals. I mean, I only seen like about 2 or 3 different medals. Maybe you haven't implemented them fully. But yes, I'd like to see more about the medals. I don't know if you can do your 5 Not Alive and your Rampant and your Fury, because that would be just mental. Since you're just down on them, they're not officially dead in this game. It's totally different, you see. A lot of people are asking for cinema mode. I wouldn't mind that. It'd be cool for, different color schemes for videos and making editing stuff, like my videos I used to make with the Explosionizer and stuff. I'll bring the Explosionizer back in Uncharted 4. We'll just see how that will work out though, because it's not really a game where you just go around mental as an explosionizer. I like the idea of it. I'll try it. Okay, guys, never mind about that. Okay, so a lot of people are complaining about also the kill sound. There's no like sound when you kill someone, and you hear that ching sound when you hear them. Okay, and something a lot of people have definitely been asking about is classic mode. I mean, obviously we're all asking for this stuff, but it's because it's what made the games the way they are. So we want a mode where it's just team deathmatch, and you know, you start off with your AK, the heavy weapons are lying around, you only have maybe your boosters, maybe no boosters, and you just have your wits, and that's it. You have nothing like mysticals or fucking buddies or anything like that, because you know, sometimes that stuff spoils, you know, a good game. Like if people spam the shit out of El Dorado or sidekicks, you know, it's not fun, but it's, I mean, you have to learn to deal with it, but yeah, that's basically it, I suppose. You have to learn to deal with it either way. But hopefully you make a classic mode. I think a lot of people are asking, you might respond, you did that in Uncharted 3. Okay, let's move on. So I love the fucking character chatter in this, it's awesome. Lazarevic, man, he's like my favorite from the beta. I was just like, he said so many different lines. What a glorious victory, or something like that. I was like, my favorite is like, I was not down, it was only a ruse. And like annoyed the hell out of my friend Zach about that. Also, the whole Flynn thing, you know, people are asking about that. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if that can change or will change, but I prefer if you had the old Flynn because he's just better. This guy's like fucking weird British guy we don't need to fucking know about. The beta. So my response really is that you guys responded fairly quick to all the things that were happening, like some matchmaking issues. You tried to fix that. Now, of course, it was a bumpy start, and like I took ages some days. Some days I got into matches and I was there and I was like, great, this is brilliant. Next day it was like impossible to find a match. We got like 3 matches within like an hour, and you're just like going, what the fuck? But you guys, you sorted that out near the end with patch 1.08 and 1.09, and then you sorted out the party issues. If you can do that in the real game, I'll be happy. The controls took a while to get used to in this. I got used to them because I was playing the damn things non-stop since it was out. But yeah, you should probably put in a different layout for the classic like Uncharted player scheme or something. I know it's not obviously the same because the rope kind of changes things, and that's probably why you made these changes, was because of all these different new elements. Okay, so I fucking enjoyed that beta. Me and my friend Zach are going through some withdrawal symptoms and stuff, but nonetheless, we're alive, we're waiting for the new game. We're probably going to be playing it a lot, and we can't wait to see what else you guys will add into the game, what new weapons and stuff. Please try to keep it as balanced as possible. You guys did a great job with this beta. I'm hopeful for this. I'm hopeful for this multiplayer because I'll be playing this a lot if I do get it. You know, and it's players like me that you'll want to fucking keep, because I love Uncharted just the way it is. I love the players that I play with. Just do it. Anyway, that's my thoughts, guys. That was long, I know. If you stayed there, I'm fucking appreciated. That was crazy. Don't forget to blow shit up and beat shit down.